Hello, and here we are with Lesson 3 in our Animals unit. How do adaptations help animals? Animals have special body parts, features, and ways of doing things that help them survive in their environments. Adaptations. Let's read to find out what those are. Animals live in many different places on Earth. An animal needs food, water, oxygen, and shelter. A trait that helps an animal meet its needs in the place where it lives is called an adaptation. The webbed feet of a pelican are an adaptation. They help the pelican swim and survive in the water where it finds its food. Adaptations such as webbed feet are inherited or passed on from parents to their young. So here the author has given us a clue as to what inherited means, passed on from its parents. Body parts such as feet and bills are important inherited adaptations. There are many different kinds of adaptations. Most kinds, such as body color, differ between members of even closely related groups. And here we have a picture of a skull. The hyena skull shows adaptations of a meat-eating animal. Sharp front teeth tear off meat and back teeth shred it. Oh, let's look at the teeth. There's the sharp teeth and there's the back teeth that shred it. Now at the top of page 49, we have adaptations for getting food. Animals have many special adaptations for getting food. Prairie dogs and moles have feet that are especially good for digging. Hawks and eagles have feet that can hold tightly onto their food when they swoop down to catch it. Animals may also have the kind of teeth that can handle the foods they eat. Many birds have bills that help them catch and eat their favorite foods. Sometimes you can tell what a bird eats by the shape of its bill. And over here we have a picture of a skeleton. And the caption says, or a pelican, the bill of a pelican has a pouch that hangs from it. When a pelican swoops into the water for food, the pouch acts like a net to help the bird catch its fish. So there it is right there, that pouch to help it catch fish. And then here are different bills that go with different birds. See how each of these birds has a different shaped bill? A long curved bill helps the flamingo filter food from shallow water. Shallow would mean not deep. A short, strong bill helps the cardinal break open seeds. And a small, thin bill helps the warbler pick out insects for food. And now here's the checkpoint question we'll talk about in class. Give 2 examples of adaptations and tell how they help the animals survive. Well, we have all these different bills that help the animals survive because they can help the bird get to the food that they eat, even the pelican with its large pouch. We have the teeth here of this hyena that help it to eat its food. And up here, I don't think we've said yet, here is the porcupine skull. This porcupine skull shows adaptations of a plant-eating animal. Sharp front teeth cut off parts of plants. Flat teeth in the back of the jaw move from side to side, grinding tough plant material. So here their teeth are adaptations to help the porcupine eat plants and the hyena eat meat. Now we'll turn to page 50. Adaptations for protection. The way an animal looks and the way it acts can help it survive. Some animals protect themselves by blending into their surroundings so they are hard to spot. This is called camouflage. Other animals protect themselves by looking like a dangerous or poisonous animal. This adaptation is called mimicry. The animals mimic or copy another animal. The animal being copied is usually more dangerous. Many animals will climb, run, hop, jump, fly, or swim away from danger. Animals may also use poison to protect themselves. Animals such as skunks and weasels will spray a bad odor at their enemies. Special body parts such as shells, teeth, claws, hooves, bills, or pointed body parts also protect animals from danger. For example, the porcupine is covered in quills. These special hairs have sharp hooks on their tips. When the porcupine is scared or threatened, it uses special muscles to make the quills stand up. Then it turns around and swings its tail. If the porcupine hits an attacker with its tail, the quills can let go as they pierce the attacker's skin. The hooks on the quills keep them attached to the attacker. And there's a porcupine with his long quills. That helps protect him. And the caption says, porcupines have loose, barbed quills to protect them from their enemies. And on the next page, page 50, we have ways animals protect themselves. So there's camouflage that we talked about, where they try to blend in with their surroundings. So we have some of these. Animals that can harm or be harmed by this crab spider cannot see it. Can you see the spider in the flower? Neither can its enemies. These harlequin shrimp blend in with the bright sea fans. Can you see the shrimp? The fur color of this Arctic fox changes with the seasons. So in the summer, he's brown, blended with his surroundings. And in the winter, when there's snow, he's white. Some animals use armor to protect themselves. So you have armor. Spikes and horns protect this horned lizard. Pillbugs, or roly-polies, they're sometimes called, roll into a ball for defense. A cassowary has a tough helmet to protect its head as it runs through brush. So right there, that helps protect his head. And some animals use mimicry, where they mimic or look like a more dangerous animal. We have a harmless hoverfly looks like a dangerous hornet. A viceroy butterfly looks like a bad-tasting monarch butterfly. This king snake looks similar to the deadly coral snake. And then some animals use poison to protect themselves, like this lionfish. Lionfish have poisonous spines. Monarch butterflies taste bad because of the food they eat. And then remember, this other viceroy butterfly mimics it so that other animals won't want to eat it either. And then we have this coral snake. Coral snakes bite with poisonous fangs. And remember this other snake, the king snake, looks similar to the coral snake. He looks almost the same, and he hopes that other animals will think he's a coral snake and not eat him. So here's our checkpoint question that we'll talk about in class. What are some ways that animals protect themselves from their enemies. Wow, well, it looks like this page had a whole bunch of ideas. Some used camouflage, some used armor, mimicry, or poison to protect themselves. So I'll bet we can get lots of examples from this page, as well as page 50 that had the porcupine on it. And now turning to the next page, we have behaviors that help animals. Behaviors are things that animals do. Animals are born being able to do some things. These behaviors are inherited. You inherit your ability to do many things, such as walk and talk. Inherit means you get them from your parents. You do not inherit your ability to read and write. You need to learn these things, these behaviors. You do inherit your ability to learn these behaviors, though. And so over here on this side, we have some baby birds that we'll talk about when we talk about instincts. And so let's read our next section, instincts. An instinct is a behavior an animal is born able to do. One instinct is an animal's response to hunger. Baby birds, for example, open their mouths when they sense a parent with food is near. Some animals have an instinct to move or migrate when the seasons change. Some butterflies migrate thousands of miles to warmer weather to survive the winter. And here is Sylvester doing an instinct that cats have of attacking. He's attacking that paper clip there, aren't you? A cat instinct for hunting to get their food. Okay, back to reading. Other animals have an instinct to hibernate during the cold winter months. When animals hibernate, their body systems usually slow down to save energy. Then they don't need as much food to survive. So here's an example of some bats hibernating in this picture. And the caption says, "Bats hibernate during the winter months when food is hard to find." And now, page 53, we have another heading, learning. Animals learn some behaviors from their parents and other animals. For example, chimpanzees can learn how to use tools like sticks to catch insects to eat. Chimpanzees are not born knowing how to use sticks as tools. They learn how to do this by watching other chimpanzees. Young chimpanzees also learn which foods are safe to eat from their mothers and other adults. So here's a picture of chimpanzees using a stick to catch their food. An adult chimp shows a young chimp how to dig for insects. Some young animals learn hunting behavior from their parents, like cats that Mikey Sylvester was just demonstrating for us a moment ago. And then here's our checkpoint question that we'll talk about in class. Name 2 types of adaptations having to do with an animal's actions. Well, I think our vocabulary words can help us out with that one. 2 adaptations having to do with an animal's actions. Well, some migrate or move to warmer places. Some hibernate during the winter months and then wake up again when it's warmer. And this caption is about the monarch butterfly. Monarch butterflies have an instinct to migrate. They move to where it is warmer. And next time you join us, we'll have lesson 4. How are animals from the past like today's animals? See you next time.